Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, if you guys didn't know, we actually won Puzzler's Hackathon. Which, personally, I don't think we should have. I think 3D Lab had a very good map, and I feel like they should have won the Hackathon. But I'm honored to have won anyway. You guys should totally go check out the other creators who were part of the Hackathon. They all did an incredible job with their creations. And I just loved every single one of them. So yeah, I was told to make a tutorial on the Hackathon. Because, of course, I have a very useful system, according to the judges, which would be good if I made a tutorial on it. So, first of all, I just want to say, before we start, when you playtest this, the code is at the very top of the screen, by the way. Of course, we have a remix of Last Surprise, which is playing in the background of this video. Something that's bothering me, though, is the music blocks don't load in for people who are testing the map, which means the song doesn't play, which is a shame because the song actually loops, which is a mechanic all in and of itself. But we'll forget about that. Jeez, I forgot to clean up the prefab, not prefab gallery. So we're not actually going to cover the whole system in like the background video, I guess. This is my second time recording this actually, because the first video was way too long. We're not going to be covering the boss itself. Like, the storm and the barriers are held above the, thing. Well, the barriers are actually beneath the boss. And then the storm attack is above, etc. The menu options are there, which we're going to do tutorials on this. And then we're going to, of course, you got the boy here, who's made of visualizers so that you can shoot through his head. He's got an attack behind here. These handle timed events in the boss for like when his henchmen first spawn, when he starts using said attack. This is important, we'll do that in the tutorial. That's storm related. And this is also somewhat important, but we're not actually going to be programming the skills in the tutorial. Because the system isn't just for boss fights, it's for anything. And then this is for your standard attack, and then this is your items. They're handled by item granters. And yeah, I guess we should start covering the actual tutorial right about now. Okay, now that we've spawned in a fresh new island with nothing thrown about, let's start. So, what are we going to be creating first? Well, I guess it's kind of obvious. We need to make the buttons. So, the buttons is the main focus of the tutorial, so let's just create one right now. So with this, we're just going to write attack. We also need to go into our advanced options, so we can go to extra large, centered, Burbank, show border is off, text color is white, background color is clear. So we're going to be moving this over here. Next we're going to need to do is we're just going to delete the text, and we're going to set the text color to, well, it doesn't matter actually, background color to red. So, if I'm correct, this should be facing the right direction for the pitch. No, it is not. It is this direction we need to be facing. So, we also need to resize this. So, let's just shrink the depth a little. Shrink the height a little, like this. There we go, that's about the right size. So now, you can have as many of these options as you want. I'm only having one, just to make the tutorial a lot quicker and simple. And now we're going to get black. Now you can also customize the color of the red if you want, customize the look of this. This is just the way it looks in my creation. I have it looking like that. So then we get the attack option, and we're going to rotate, not the size, rotate like this. And just have it lay over the top like that. And that's your attack option. So how do we get functionality on this? We're going to need to grab a trigger. So we grab one of these, and we're going to line it up like this. So I need to switch the roll. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. I need to switch the roll so that I can roll it like this, onto the side. And now we're going to switch back to pitch so that we can place it like this. And now we need to get the rotation in. So we're going to increase the width, decrease depth, and then actually let's increase that a bit and decrease the width a bit more. Now we're gonna rotate so it goes over the top of our options here. So now we're gonna give functionality to our trigger. Trigger by player is off, trigger by damage is on. Now you can set the rest of the delay and settings however you like. Visible in game is off. These are off as well. And trigger transmit on. We're only doing one button here. It's going to be channel 1. So now whenever game starts and I hit this, it's going to fire. So I need to place one of these things down so I can get a spawn pad here. Just to make our lives easier when we test. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get 2 class devices. So I need to get 2 of these. We're just going to call this class 1 with class identifier of 1. Grab another. And we're going to call this 2 with the class identifier of 2. That's all you need to do with those. Next, we're going to get some more triggers. So this is for the 10-second delay between the resets. So over here, we're going to get our trigger. And what we're going to do is nothing much. We're just going to have it trigger when receiving from channel 1 and when triggered transmit on channel 2. And then this is going to be get on channel 2 and when triggered transmit on channel 3. So if we go back to our trigger over here, what we're going to do is we're going to move down. So it disables when receiving from channel 2 and re-enables when receiving from channel 3. So that we can hit it whenever we reset. Also with this one, you're going to want to have a delay. I'm going to set a delay of 5 seconds. It is 10 in the boss fight, but we're having it 5 for testing purposes. So next we're going to need class selectors. So if we go look for those, they're right here. These, you're going to want to increase the range. Time to switch is instant, class identifier is 1, and the team doesn't matter. Everyone switches no, class items only is, let's say, all items cleared. Size of volume, we're going to have as large as we can, so 50 meters. Next up, we're going to have visible in game as off, volume visible in game is off. And now, this is where the important stuff gets set. Change player to class when receiving from. So, what class did I set this one as? 1. So, let's say this is the one that switches back to when you're, removing your item, essentially. We also need to give ourselves an item. So, change player to class, let's say, from when you hit channel 1. Actually, no, let's have this one say channel 2. Disable when receiving from channel 1, no, channel 3, sorry, and channel 2. So these things, they don't really matter which order you put them in. You can but as long as these values are inverted on the other one, it should work. So next, we also need to get an item granter. So let's grab one of those wherever they are. I don't remember where you are. So if we go over here, we're going to chuck this thing down. Let's throw an item in it. For example, let's say the scope revolver, because it's been added to the nerf lineup this year, which is epic. So this thing is going to be receiving players for all players. It doesn't matter, you can set your settings there as well. On grant action is clear items. Grant the current item. The grant condition is always, or let's set that to, yeah, always. Grant on cycle, no. Actually, yeah, whatever, I don't mind. Equip granted item, first item. Remove item on grant, no. Extra ammo, yes. Cycle behavior as wrap. And grant item when receiving from channel 1. And it's going to restock items when receiving from channel 1 at the same time. So now, if I am correct, this should work. Let's test it out. So we've got our attack option here. You can do the others in your spare time. If I hit this, oh, the trigger's not responding. That's problematic. I think there's an issue I missed with the trigger. Yeah, there's something I missed. So with the trigger, actually, what you're going to want to do is receive damage, invisible, take damage. That's what I missed. Okay, it should work now. As you see, I now have a scope revolver. I reset my class. It takes a while to get right. It gave me another scope revolver, but for whatever reason it didn't wipe my class. Okay. Jesus Christ, this tutorial's not going well at all, is it? It was a lot of trial and error for me to get it to work. But maybe there's something I'm missing with the things here. Oh, I remember what I'm missing. Channel 2, there we go. Okay. That should fix it. There's a lot of steps I missed. So as you can see, I now have my scope revolver. If we wait 5 seconds, I should lose it. There we go, I've lost my scope revolver. Attack again, get another one. And something went wrong. Get my scope revolver back. And I've already lost it. I guess I screwed up the timing somewhere, but if you get the timing right, that should work. As you can see, I keep getting the scope revolver, and I also keep losing it. That is how I set the system up, even though I clearly also have issues somewhere else. But yeah, that's a rough estimate of how it works. That's just me being dumb, though. Anyway, this isn't looking good on me. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's kind of how it works. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.